And that concludes that live weather update, live traffic update, live traffic brought to you by Jason Reese Media. Jason Reese Media, where it's all about Jason Reese, streaming live from the city of Batavia, New York. Let's get back to my, there we go. See the tapestry in the background. All right, here. Let's go back and do some headlines for you as we get further closer to closing at 10:20 a.m. on the Sunday, August 23rd, 2015. Headline brought to you by Jason Reese Media. We have Western wildfires out in Washington State. We have NFL preseason, Major League Baseball, PGA golf in North Carolina, and campaign 2016 is in full effect. Also, I forgot to mention that Monday, tomorrow, Genesee Community College opens for another season of education at their excellent campus in the town of Batavia, New York. On Sunday, for the weather, it's going to be a high of 82, a low of 62. For Monday, high of 75, low of 53. Looks like high of 81, low of 55. And on Tuesday and Wednesday, high of 70, low of 53. No current temperature as of right now. Let's see here. We've talked about, we have to talk about an incident which took place in Paris, France the other day. 3 American tourists subdued a potential serial killer, not a mass murder on a train in France, and the president of the United States and France acknowledged it, because if no one would have stopped this guy, it probably would have been pretty bad. He had a AK-47, a knife, box cutter, and their catchphrase was "Let's go." And if you remember flight out of which crashed in Shanksville, their catchphrase was "Let's roll." So trying to stop terrorism in its tracks, and that looks like one of the few ways you can actually do it is by really stopping it in its tracks. But good for those guys. They could have been selfish, they could have cowered, but instead they stood up and took action, and they saved a lot of innocent lives. And that's what you want to see more of nowadays, because this world is gone really violent. And the popular consensus is, let's blame Obama. Well, right now it doesn't look like it's his fault, to tell you the truth about it. But anyways, that's what happened a couple of days ago on a train in Paris, France. As for myself, we spoke about earlier the schedule for upcoming Good Morning Batavia. Remember, it's on Sundays. It's only a half hour long because of the fact that I'm using this new type of format. Well, it's not new, but, for me it is. So this is the I used to do radio, college radio. I did internet radio. Never did commercial radio, but I like doing this. This is like my own little, I guess you call it a blog, also a video blog, but it's also a good news program. So if anything were to take place right now, we would be able to get it to you live. And also, as I said before, I could just save it for prosperity purposes, and which is what I'm basically going to do. It's 10:23 a.m. You're watching Good Morning Batavia. We're live from the city of Batavia, New York. I am your host, Jason D. Reese. Coming up next week, I'm going to try to have an interview with Billy Blackshear, bass player for a band called Soulcraft. Starting to get interviews when you live in a very non-media friendly community. Oh, I don't want to be on video. I don't know how to do this. And it's like, come on, it's 2015. You should know how to do this in case you're being interviewed. You should know how to do this in case you're on a hot seat whatsoever. And that's another reason why I'm doing this show, to keep me prepared to do stuff like this in case something happens down the road. Well, Jason, there's a camera on your face, there's a microphone on your face. How are you going to react? Are you going to be shy or going to give weak answers, or are you going to be prepared like I am? And I'm ready to go. If someone were to bring a camera and do a story on me, I'd be ready to go. Wouldn't even be a problem. Speaking of that, a problem, let's see if I have some of my hardware here. There it is. Hang on. some of the hardware I use to get my video shot. Right now I have a little Craig system here. Pretty neat. It's this here. There we go. Now in a few seconds I'm going to show a videotape of me recording me. There you go. How do you like that? This is from a Craig, and I got this at the Salvation Army for like about 99 cents. Over here, I have another little gadget I got from the Salvation Army. Little HD player here. See what we can do here. All right, there we go. This is live as it happens, by the way. So you can't see it now, but it has a pretty good screen on it, as you can tell. See it? It should be showing me, and I think that's exactly what it's doing. Well, whatever is in this, yes, there I am, right there. This is another thing. I like taking this to the Muck Dog game and getting some shots in that way. And finally, I have another product I got at the Salvation Army. It's a nice little Kodak camera. So we have some good equipment here. Eventually, I want to upgrade and get some better stuff, but for now, this is fine. And what do we have here? Nice. Little Kodak camera here. I took a couple of shots of this at the Muck Dog game also. So there you have it. That's basically how I have my home little studio here in Batavia, New York, for Good Morning Batavia. And at 10:26 a.m., you're watching Good Morning Batavia here in Batavia, New York. I am your host, Jason Reese. Upcoming programming we have for September, NFL Kickoff, which is on a Thursday night on NBC. And the following week, following Sunday, we'll begin our regular broadcast season. Right now, this is preseason, learning how to get the kinks out, adding some lighting, adding a tapestry. It helps a lot. Over there, I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll just pull this down next week, and because it's like a little, see what I got going on here? Yeah, I can see the difference already. So that's what I'm going to be doing as I fix up the studio. Also, I'll be looking for a new apartment, and sometime down the road, I want a new job. I would like to work in social media. So if you know anyone with a social media job, let me know, please. Thank you very much. And I'd like to work in either Rochester, Buffalo, or Batavia. I've been in Batavia since 1999. I was born in Rochester, New York, so I don't really feel I need to move anywhere this late in life. And if I did move somewhere this late in life, they're going to really have to pay. So, but right now, I'm enjoying what's going on here in Batavia. I have a job. I have a place to live. And I'm relatively happy right now. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, we're going to wrap up Good Morning Batavia for this Sunday, August 23rd, 2015. Good Morning Batavia is written, produced, directed, engineered by myself, Jason Reese, for Jason Reese Media. We haven't have a copyright on this version yet because this is a whole new format, so I have to get out to Washington, D.C. and get some copyright forms so I can start copywriting this stuff. Next week, like I said, interview hopefully with Billy Blackshear. He's a bass player in a band Skullcraft and a community activist here in Batavia, New York. So next week will be the 20, what's today? Next week will be the 30th. Wow, it's almost end of August. And how do you like that? It was a very hot and muggy August thus far here in Batavia, New York. Got to remind you, I think I'm going to be, one of these days, once my leg heals a little bit better, I'll be on a golf course. And we'll be doing, heading over to Meadowbrook to start practicing, learning how to tee off, hit from the fairways, and use the putting green. I haven't played golf in quite a while. When I was playing golf, was like me when I played guitar. I could play it, but I didn't understand it. Now that I understand it, I want to do it a little bit better than what I'm doing. And anyways, it's 10:29 a.m. This is Good Morning Batavia here in the city of Batavia, New York. And I'll let you look at traffic one more time as we say goodbye today. There you go. We have Billy Boats there. Let's bring it over this way a little. There you go. This is the former store there. I got a red car that's looking at me right now, and hopefully I got it on videotape. And I do, it's right there. So we're going to get that license plate, see who or what it is. Anyways, at 10:29 a.m., I am your host, Jason Reese. I just want to say thank you for watching this, even though I have 0 viewers right now. I've been getting views on YouTube for people who can't see it live, and that's pretty cool, too. Either way, just get a chance to see it and see what you can do in your own little room. It's 10:30 a.m., and that's it for today for Good Morning Batavia. I am your host, Jason Reese. Join me next week as we have another episode, a live episode of Good Morning Batavia, live from the city of Batavia, New York. Anyway, for Good Morning Batavia, I am your host, Jason Reese. Have a good morning, Batavia, and I will see you next week. Goodbye. And that's a wrap. No, no. That was actually funny.
Time magazine, you said, I have hedge fund guys that are making a lot of money that aren't paying anything. Would you change that, and how would you do it?
I would change it to paying nothing, and it's ridiculous. I want to save the middle class. You know, the middle class, the hedge fund guys didn't build this country. These are guys that shift paper around, and they get lucky. And by the way, when the market collapses like it is now, the market's going down, they lose their fortune. Half of them, look, they're energetic, they're very smart, but a lot of them, like the paper pushers, they make a fortune, they pay no tax. It's ridiculous, okay? And some of them are friends of mine. Some of them I couldn't care less about. It's the wrong thing. The hedge fund guys are getting away with murder. They're making a tremendous amount of money. They have to pay tax. I want to lower the rates for the middle class. The middle class is the one they're getting absolutely destroyed. This country won't have a middle class very soon.
I want to ask you about this question about your conservatism. There's been some people who wondered what you are, and Jeb Bush has basically spent the week saying you're not a conservative. So prove him wrong.
Well, you know, you could say that about Ronald Reagan, because Ronald Reagan was a Democrat with a very, very liberal lean. And he actually became a Republican who was fairly conservative. I would say he was the most conservative, but fairly. And he talked about he evolved as he got older. And I have watched that. And don't forget, when you label me, I was never a politician. So it never really mattered what people called me. It didn't make any difference. Also, I was in Manhattan, where everybody is Democrat. If you get the Democratic nominations for city council or anything, that means you won the election, even though the election hasn't taken place. It was like automatic. So, you know, I was from an area that was all Democrat. And frankly, over the years, especially as I've gotten more and more involved, I have evolved. And I have taken positions that are different than the past. And I feel strongly about them. But I've also taken the position of common sense. When I look at what's happening to our country is going down. We're going down, John. And I'm going to make this country great again. I'm going to do the right thing for the country.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to catching up with you out on the campaign trail, Mr. Trump. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Friday, we traveled to Iowa and caught up with two other Republican presidential candidates. We begin with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and his thoughts on Donald Trump's plan to fix illegal immigration.
You know, in many ways, it's just too simplistic. You know, the idea of, building a wall, kicking everybody out, and ending birthright citizenship, all sounds, appealing in some respects to some folks. But I just think it's a very complicated problem, and it needs someone who understands how complicated and nuanced solutions to that problem.
I realize